What you say?
No chicken. Yee! It ain't nothing but me. Top boss, big nations. Yo, passport, bro, next door. Nations Village. Santo Domingo changed my life. Yes, sir. Now, before Santo Domingo came into my life, I was destitute. I was a wretched soul, stuck on the plantation inside of my own mind. Imagine that, y'all. But then one day, I started watching travel content on YouTube, and eventually, it led me to the location of Santo Domingo, Dominican Republic. And man, I ain't been the same since. We love this place. Now, as we watch the cool empanada lady hook up some empanadas and a little bowl of soup for Queenie, let's talk about the four corners of Santo Domingo infatuation, the pillars of Santo Domingo, the foundation of Nations Village travel explorations. We love Santo Domingo because of the four C's. We're going to call it C squared. The four C's is content, culture, cuisine, chicas. And it's definitely in that order. The content is the most important thing. The content is the most natural thing to capture in Santo Domingo. Whenever you're in Santo Domingo, all you gotta do is whip out your camera, whip out your phone, and you're gonna have instant content, bros. Now, for example, this scene right here was at the empanada stand 3 minutes away from our Airbnb, just right around the corner from where we were staying in Santo Domingo Este. We pulled up, we placed the order. The empanada lady, she was cool. She directed us to a couple of seats, and me and Queenie, we sat down, we chopped it up, we soaked up the environment and the culture around us. And hey, we turned that camera on, we turned that phone on, and we just let the content flow. And as you can see, the empanada lady, she had no problem being on camera. She just continued with her day to day, making her orders, cooking her food, giving great customer service. She had the ice cold jumbo presidentes that me and Queenie both love. So everything is good in Santo Domingo as far as the content goes. It's not Sosua where the pros don't want to be on camera. It's not Punta Cana where a lot of the chicas shy away from the camera. In Santo Domingo, everyone is game for the camera. So your your possibilities for characters in your stories is endless. That's why the content level is just so magnified in Santo Domingo. And it's really content friendly from the moment you land in Las Americas SDQ airport. It's the ladies at the rental car place, they was down to be on cam. um Inside of the Claro store, we was able to get them on cam, and we gonna have videos later featuring a couple of those scenes. But yeah, it's just extremely content friendly in Santo Domingo because the people are friendly. The people are inviting, and when they see you, when they saw us with a camera, they asked us if we were bloggers. And even though we just got a small channel, we definitely said yes. Hey, because hey, we are content creators, if not vloggers. So Yeah, man, content in Santo Domingo. In Santo Domingo, when they realize that you're a gringo, I think it's an extra level of care, a extra level of maybe curiosity that that the people of Santo Domingo have, and they'll take their time.
Yee! It ain't nothing but me. Hey gang, say gang, if you watching this right now, like the video, drop a comment below, share it with friends, family, and a foe, and tap that subscribe button to become a part of Nation's Village. We stay going up.
Yeah, the people, they'll take their time to understand our remedial Spanish. For those of us that's still on the track to learning the language. So definitely content prevails. Content is number one all day, every day. They got beautiful sights, beautiful activities such as this ride on the Telepherico here. Um, every time I'm in Santo Domingo, I hit the Teleferico. It's a nice, peaceful ride. You get to see a lot of the sights. You're right over the city. I think that's taking you over Santo Domingo Este and maybe another part of Santo Domingo. But it's all right there for you to see. Baseball fields, basketball courts. Um, You'll see that they got a little rec center with a pool out there. Maybe, I don't know, maybe that's some type of a party zone or something. But hey, everything in Santo Domingo is content. So when you in Santo Domingo, pull that phone out, pull that camera out. It's all good. Get you some content, bro. All right, so now the next C on our list of the C squared, or why we love Santo Domingo, is the culture. And what is culture? Well, to me, culture is language. Culture is customs. It's food, uh, and I guess it's kind of like a general disposition of the people. And I have to say that I have fallen in love with the culture of Dominican Republic through my interactions with people in Santo Domingo. Um, I love the language. I like the style of clothes that they wear. It's definitely on a hip hop vibe. If you are, if you're around the younger crowd, and even though we old as hell, we do tend to be around the younger crowd because hey, we like the dembo music. We like the young activities. We might be old in body, but hey, we young in spirit and in mind. Family activities, family outings, that's a big part of Dominican culture. And I like to surround myself with locals and chill out with their families and things like that. See what's going on, see what they're gonna cook, see how they interact with each other, the things that they discuss, all those types of things. And it's definitely some similarities and differences in the culture between Dominican Republic and the U.S. And one of the biggest differences I feel is it's a certain level of independence that's placed on young adults in Dominican Republic that maybe we don't really experience here in the U.S. We tend to shelter our young adults a little bit more here in the U.S. While in Dominican Republic you could have a 18, 19, 20-year old Dominican that's been living alone, in their own apartment for 2 or 3 years. While here, our 18 to 20-year-old young adults, mostly in college, or if they're working, they may be working and living at home with the parents, and you do have that in DR as well. But a lot of the young people are out on their own, hustling and bustling, making their money, living their lives. So, that's just a part of the culture as well. They encourage their young adults to, hey, get out there and make a way for yourself. Don't necessarily rely on mama and daddy. So I kind of dig that. It's a very inviting and engaging culture as well in Dominican Republic. I know when I'm in Santo Domingo and I'm interacting with the locals using my remedial Spanish, you will see the locals' face light up, and they have a look in their eyes like, man, this gringo Spanish is really terrible, but hey, man, he's trying, so he must really dig our culture. So people in Santo Domingo, you know, they recognize the interest, they recognize the intrigue, and the genuine fascination with Dominican culture coming from a gringo, such as ourselves. I love the culture of being outside that is ever present in Santo Domingo. Santo Domingo is a bustling, thriving city. I describe it as a mix between Miami and New York. You got the beaches, and you got your metropolitan areas. The traffic is crazy, and people just always outside walking up and down the street, up and down the street. They're going here, they're going there, they're going everywhere. And me living in a small town in Alabama, you just don't really see that. There's not much walking. If somebody walking in my city, it's for exercise. They fully geared up. They on a mission. And 9 times out of 10, they ain't gonna be walking. They gonna be jogging. But you definitely won't find strangers in Santo Domingo. Uh-oh. He putting it down for us. Now, in real time, I thought our Dominican brother right here was dropping a freestyle on us, but nah, man, it actually looked like he was giving us a public service announcement of why we should come back to Santo Domingo. Look, he was bigging up his city, man. He was telling us that we was in the place to be. And right now in this scene, we are heavily in the midst of that walking culture of Santo Domingo. We're at a park in this area that I call Big Trouble in Little China. The official name of the area may be Duarte Plaza. I'm not really sure, man. The next time I go back, I got to ask my Haitian homeboy, what do they call that area there, because I've seen this area on a few videos, and I've heard fellas in different chats, speak about this area. Duarte Plaza, Duarte Square. Like I said, I call it Big Trouble in Little China. And, they just got a whole bunch of shopping areas. They got a bunch of restaurants. It's just a real lively scene. People are up and down here and there. They're making their purchases. They're talking with family and friends. And, they just having a great time in general. Here at Nations Village, this is what we take pride in. We take pride in being with the people. We want to be in the streets. We want to be with the locals, man. We don't want to be in our Airbnb all day, and we don't want to be on no resort, and we don't even want to be in the tourist areas all day every day. Nah, man, give us some Dominican dembo music to listen to. Give us the sound of the crazy traffic. Give us the motorbike man, almost, what I'm saying, almost crossing in front of our path, and us knocking his head off in our car. Give us that. So culture is the second C, but it's probably the most important C, the culture, because that's what we infatuated with. That's what keeps bringing us back to Santo Domingo. It's the culture. We got plenty more to learn. Now, the third C on C squared, why we love Santo Domingo, is the cuisine. And to me, Dominican food is simply Caribbean food. Jamaican food is my favorite. DR food is similar to Jamaican food with less seasoning. It's not as intense. But great food nonetheless. I love Dominican fried chicken. And to square off our four C's, the last and final C is the chicas. Now the chicas provide content, the chicas provide information, the chicas provide entertainment, the chicas provide a breath of fresh air. So we definitely need the chicas. We appreciate the chicas, and every bruh is going to interact with chicas in a different way. My thing is to always be upfront, always be respectful, and hey, take the time to maybe learn something about somebody. And there it is, Nations Village. C squared. Content, culture, cuisine, chicas. Now let's watch this Dominicana in the background get her little groove on while we sign out, Nations Village. And we'll catch y'all on the next video. Stay going up.